Prisons are meant to be a final stop for the worst of humanity. 9.9 out of 10, if you go to prison, you deserve to be there, especially if you've been locked away for a heinous crime like murder, arson, kidnapping, assault, etc. But while many prisons are indeed something to behold in terms of how tight security is, there are always prisoners out there who are able to find a way out. And what's really bad about that is that some of these prisoners are the worst of the worst. So allow us to show you the top 3 scariest prison inmates who escaped. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 3, David Sweet and Richard Matt. Okay, let's start off with a 2-for-1 special, shall we? These were 2 men who were convicted of killing people, and their reward was being put away in a maximum security prison, which you would think would be enough to stop any sort of escape attempt by them, right? Wrong. Very wrong, in fact. Super wrong, in fact, because not only were they able to escape, they were able to do it within a span of a single night by using power tools that no one knows how they got to cut a hole in their cell walls, get into the framework of the prison, descend down a pipe from 4 stories up, and make it into the sewer systems to where they escaped via a manhole, changed clothes, and haven't been seen since. Oh, and they left a note behind when the path was followed. Have a nice day. There's no real answers for how they did what they did, but they did it, and that is scary. Number 2, Frank Abagnale. Some of you might know the name Frank Abagnale, but not from his legendary history, but rather because of a movie that was made about his exploits called Catch Me If You Can, with Leonardo DiCaprio playing him. He was such a legendary imposter, forger, and con man that he conned 26 different countries over the course of his tenure as a con man. At first, it was just him making fake checks to get more cash when his account was clearly overdrawn. He was calculated to have done $2.5 million worth of scams and fake checks over the years. And moving on from there, he impersonated a pilot so that he could get free flights all over the world via a loophole in the airline service. Frank was a pediatrician, he got a law degree, got admitted to the bar of Louisiana, and so much more. Whatever he felt he could do, he went and did it. As most con men do, he was caught and would start a very long and tedious process of going to jail, sneaking out of jail, getting caught again, and repeating. Eventually, after serving 5 years of prison in the US, he was offered a job to help the US government find forgers like him. Now, quite ironically, after his time was served, he started his own company, and he is now legally rich. Doing that well as a con artist and escaping jail repeatedly with ease? Yeah, that's pretty scary. Number 1, Glenn Stark Chambers. Sometimes prison breaks are long and meticulous thought-out processes that take months or even years of planning. But for murderer Glenn Stark Chambers, it was a literal split-second decision and plan that led to his escape. After being spared death row, he worked in an area of the prison that made furniture. You'd build couches, put them in boxes, those boxes would be loaded onto a van, and then be shipped out. One day, Chambers realized this would be the perfect escape plan. So instead of a couch, he had his fellow inmates put him in the box and have him be put into the van. Now you think this would fail spectacularly, but it didn't. In fact, not only did it work, but no one realized that Chambers was gone until that night. By that point, he was long gone. So what happened to him? Well, he realized that the van he was in had pulled over, so he used that opportunity to get out of the box, change into some clothes he brought, and fled. While reports spotted him in various states, he was never found. When a simple plan like that can get you out of a heavily guarded prison, yeah, you have the right to be scared of what other plans may work. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the prison inmates who have escaped prison and are definitely scary due to the various acts they've committed in the world? Does it scare you knowing that some of the worst people out there have been able to escape prison? Which of them terrify you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we will see you next time on the channel.